Theresa May warned China about steel dumping and remarks that risk a diplomatic slight right at the start of her three-day trip. The Prime Minister urged the Chinese Communist regime to make more effort to respect the rules of international trade. She highlighted concerns about China's dumping of cheap surplus steel on world markets that has hit jobs in the West, including in the UK. She also called for greater respect for copyright laws, following complaints about the mass export of rip-off goods from China. Her blast came as she flew into Wuhan on the official government RAF jet for her three-day trade visit. The UK and China will not always see eye to eye. Theresa May. Mrs. May said, the UK and China will not always see eye to eye, but as partners committed to global free trade we can work together to confront and tackle challenges that affect all of our economies, so we will continue to look at what more can be done to tackle global overcapacity in sectors such as steel, and to ensure that, as our companies innovate and develop new products, they are confident that their intellectual property and rights will be fully protected. We also need to protect a rules-based approach that underpins and enables robust, sustainable, free-flowing global trade. As we have long argued, all major economies have a special responsibility to show leadership on this front, demonstrating that we respect the rule book and collaboration through the World Trade Organization as we seek to open markets and embrace new opportunities. Looking forward to her trip, the Prime Minister said, in our increasingly interconnected world, any government that is serious about the economic prosperity and security of its people must have an international outlook, and must be prepared to reach out around the world and secure agreements abroad that ensure jobs and prosperity at home. For a global trading nation like the UK, it is doubly important, which is why I'm traveling to China at a crucial moment in the history of both our countries. China is opening up to the world. The sheer economic weight of China means that the way in which this happens will have huge role in shaping the future of the world in which we live. I want that future to work for Britain, which is why, during my visit, we'll be deepening cooperation with China on key global and economic issues that are critical to our businesses, to our people, and to what the UK stands for. May admitted the UK and China will not always see eye to eye. She added, I want to step up our relationship with China as it opens up its markets, spreads its prosperity, and embraces free trade, and I want to see that this happens in a way that protects our values, ensures global security, and advances the multilateral system and the rules for which we have fought so hard. That agenda will not be delivered in one visit. It must be our shared objective over the coming years, but I'm confident that, as China continues to open up, cooperation and engagement will ensure its growing role on the global stage delivers not just for China, but for the UK and the wider world. During her trip, the Prime Minister will also announce a series of education deals with China worth a total of £550 million. Wednesday, January 10, 2018. Prime Minister Theresa May CL leads her first cabinet meeting of the new year following a reshuffle. Mrs. May will unveil a new package of exchange deals, partnerships and commercial contracts. A deal to set up a branch of the busy nursery chain in Chinese cities will be among the initiatives announced. She will also announce an exchange scheme to provide for more world-class maths teaching in UK schools and a new drive to promote English language teaching among Chinese students. The deal will include a new commitment to extend the UK-China maths teacher exchange primary school program for a further 2 years to 2020. This will enable an additional 140 primary teachers in England to benefit from further training in China, getting an additional 140 primary teachers in England to benefit from further training in China. It will also expand the exchange program to include up to 45 teachers in English secondary schools. The pioneering scheme involves English teachers visiting China for 2 weeks and Chinese teachers visiting England for 2 weeks, enabling schools to experience world-class maths teaching in English classrooms. The exchange program also supports our work to take total number of English schools benefiting from the East Asian-style maths teaching for mastery program. to 11,000 by 2023. Other elements to be include an agreement to facilitate joint training of preschool staff in the UK and China.